What's up, everyone? Bran here from Bloody Breakdown, and today I've got some pretty interesting news. Now, I know that I'm definitely not alone in this. I've been a huge fan of the VHS franchise. I've often found myself kind of immersed in this found footage world. Although I will admit, found footage is definitely within the horror genre something that is going to hit or miss, in my opinion. And when it hits it out of the park, and when it misses, oh boy, does it fucking miss. So, VHS, big fan of the franchise. I wanted to talk about this because there's some news about a reboot moving forward that is titled VHS 94. And this news just broke yesterday. Some of the names that are going to be contributing, as you know, these films work as anthology pieces, so there will be several different directors working on this. So I wanted to talk about this article I found at HollywoodReporter.com and just put it out here, put the news out here, and see what you guys are thinking about this news. So, and like I said, this comes from HollywoodReporter.com. VHS reboot, VHS 94. So let's dig into the article here, and we'll kind of talk more about it. So David Bruckner, whose feature The Night House was picked up by Searchlight Pictures at Sundance this year for $12 million, and recently got signed to the helm of Spyglass Media's Hellraiser remake, has written and developed VHS 94 and will produce the film. Filmmaking collective Radio Silence. By the way, is anyone seeing what's happening here as I kind of depart from this article for a second? Blumhouse, watch your shit, guys. Spyglass Media Group is coming hard. Giggity. And I don't know. We really haven't seen anything they've put out yet, but like the properties that they're picking up and some of the people they're putting behind these projects, I'm eyebrows raised. Definitely ready to see what they're going to do between Hellraiser, between Scream 5, I guess, and this new VHS 94 film. I got to tell you, Blumhouse, somebody's on your heels, and if they're making the type of films that we're hearing a lot about, man, I got to tell you, horror, great for me. Great for horror fans to have Blumhouse, a company like that out there, to have Spyglass, a company like that out there who are really invested in the genre and really want to bring back the genre full force to the just awesomeness that it once was. So I'll jump back into the article here. So it says, like Bruckner contributed to the very first VHS film, we also will be producing VHS 94. Spyglass recently confirmed that Radio Silence, filmmaker trio Matt Bettinelli Olpin, Tyler Gillette, and Chad Villela, sorry, I'm horrible with the names, will helm the company's Scream sequel, like I just kind of mentioned there. So among the directors who will contribute shorts to this new anthology are Simon Barrett, who you'll probably recognize from Your Next, also The Guest, Indonesian horror Helmer, and this is another one, guys. I'm awful with names, especially foreign names. Timo, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. Anyway, he gave us Netflix's The Night Comes for Us, and newcomer Chloe Akuno, who did a short film Slut. Got to check that one out. The producers are currently in talks with other filmmakers as well. So VHS 94 will be the first in the horror series to be presented in a single fluid narrative with each section linked up. So we're looking at more of like a trick or treat here, where it is an anthology piece within the film, but all of them are kind of connected more so than some of your previous VHS films. Not just connected by the interludes in between that take place, but the story, the narrative itself are all connected is what I'm getting from this article. And I love stuff like that. I think Trick or Treat's an amazing film. So, Brad Miska, who you guys will probably know from Bloody Disgusting, and Tom Owen of the horror website Bloody Disgusting, co-creators of the franchise, will produce the new edition along with Josh Goldblum and the newly formed Cinepocalypse Productions in partnership with Studio 71. Raven Banner Entertainment will handle worldwide sales and is introducing the project to buyers at the virtual Cannes market this week. So we've got a couple of other executive producers on board here, and the article goes on to say the original VHS premiered at Sundance in 2012 and spawned two sequels, of course, VHS 2 and VHS Viral in 2012 and 2014 respectively, as well as a spin-off, Siren, which is also a really interesting film in and of its own right. It says there is also a Snapchat Snap original miniseries based on the format, which I'm not familiar with, so I may have to try to dig into that a little bit more and figure that out. But here's where we are right now. It's been since 2014 since we got an entry into this franchise. I think a lot of people kind of felt like VHS Viral wasn't quite to the level of the first two films. I don't believe that it was as financially successful, although I could be incorrect about that. Feel free to correct me if that's not the case. But the franchise has kind of been dormant for the last 6 years. I've heard absolutely nothing in the meantime, other than maybe some initial rumblings of a fourth that quickly petered off and vanished. So as a fan of this franchise, I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a long time, like I said, since we've really seen much about it, and for so much information to be coming so soon really hypes me up. Once again, I go back to what I was saying earlier. Blumhouse has really done an interesting job over the last several years, starting with Paranormal Activity all the way to, Get Out and the new Halloween remake or reboot, I guess. Maybe a more proper way to put that. Blumhouse has really been on top of the horror world for the last several years, putting out some really interesting horror films, for better or for worse. And don't get me wrong, they've put out some great ones, but I think that Spyglass is zoning in on that. And they're seeing, especially after Halloween 2018, the amazing return financially that you can see on some of these properties that people haven't seen in a long time. Us horror fans, we're not gone. This is not a genre that is dead, pun intended. We're still here. We're still craving not only new horror content, but we're craving that nostalgia as well. And, it would be easy to, once you've obtained the properties, to throw something out there for a quick cash grab. And I don't think that Blumhouse has really done that. I look at Halloween. I look at what they did with that. Was one of the best sequels in the entire franchise, me personally. So it is possible. It is very possible to not just give us a rehash, but give us something we're familiar with, but something that's up to date, something that is new, and something that can be very financially successful for a Blumhouse or a Spyglass media group. So, I'm just really glad that there are companies out there like Spyglass and Blumhouse, and they're, not only giving us the nostalgia, but with competent people behind the projects, but they're also giving us new projects as well. So I couldn't be happier. VHS 94, probably something I'm going to be talking about a lot here on this channel. Like I said, one of my favorite franchises. So now it's your guys' turn to let me know down in the comment section, what do you think about this news? Are you a fan of the VHS franchise? Are you looking forward to this? Do you have a lot of confidence in it? And what are your thoughts on Spyglass Media Group? Really, I think, soon to be rising as a challenger to Blumhouse's, superiority in the horror genre as it relates to cinema recently. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. I'm coming up on the 2-year anniversary of this channel on July the 13th, and I'm looking to get the coveted 1,000 subscribers by then, so I can hit that first big milestone, that first big goal here on this channel. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would help me to do that. So if you love horror, it's all going to be talked about right here at Bloody Breakdown. And definitely check down below in the description section before we depart from one another in this video. You'll see a couple of links to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Or you'll also see another link to Patreon where you can financially support my work if that's something you feel like you'd be able to do and you'd want to do. It would be greatly appreciated. So, with that said, one more time, guys, let me know what you all think about this VHS 94 news down in the comments section. I'm Bran from Bloody Breakdown, and we'll catch you all next time.